In this video, I'm going to show you how to locate readings for your course using the UMich Library website. So here you see the readings for week 4 of HMP 615. The topic is advocacy. And in the list of readings, we see that the majority of them have links that you can use to get the reading. So for example, chapter 17, if I open that in a new tab, it pulls up a PDF document on Canvas that I can easily access. But I've received some questions because there are a few readings here, such as this second reading here, The Remarkable Rise of Transgender Rights, that does not have an obvious link, and so students are wondering, how do I access these readings? Before you email your GSI in a panic, it's always good to check the UMich Library website to see if you can access the reading from there, and so I'm going to show you how to do that today. So let's actually start with this reading, The Remarkable Rise of Transgender Rights. I can see here that this is a chapter from a book, so Professor Greer wants the class to read chapter 1 of this book, and here are the authors' names. That's really all the information I'll need to search the library website. So let me open a new tab, and I first need to open up the UMich Library website, which is lib.umich.edu. I come to the launch page here, and what I want to do is just put in the title, or maybe the author's names and the title, into the search bar. So I'm going to copy that, paste it here, and search. So I see some results come up right away, but there's something important I need to do before starting to click on things. At the moment, you see a login option up in the right-hand corner. The fact that I have this option means that I am not currently logged into my UMich account, and that means that the results I'm seeing here are the public-facing results of the library website, results that anyone can access. And as a result, there's not very many of them. 4 results here, 17 results here. That's not a lot of search results. So it's really important that I log into my library account before proceeding, because once I log in, I gain access to all of the paid materials that the library provides for UMich students. So I went ahead and clicked login. Because I am logged in Canvas over here, it kind of logged me in automatically, but you may have to enter your unique name and password as you do normally. You may have to use Duo. And now I'm in. In this case, not many more results pop up, but you will see cases where they do. Now, because this is a book, I want to err towards the catalog here, and I actually see that it is the top result right here. So I'm going to click on catalog. And as I scroll through these results, the first result I see here is actually a physical book. It's located in the Hatcher Graduate Library, and I see that it is checked out and due on September 30th, 2021. That is not really very helpful to me right now because I need to complete these readings by next week, and this book is going to be checked out for the foreseeable future. However, if I keep scrolling through the catalog, I see that the next result is actually the same book, but down here it says available online. That's the kind of thing I want to use today since I need to access these materials immediately. So you can try either of these 2 links. There's 2 options here. I'm going to do Project Muse. I just click this link, available online. And the library will now start taking me to some external databases that they pay for students to access. So here it takes me to Project Muse. Here's the book I'm looking for. And if I go down, I see a table of contents down here. And recall that in this case, for the course, I'm only expected to read chapter 1. So what I can do is I can either open this in a new tab, or I can just directly click download. No, either way, the PDF pops up and I can now download this to my computer. I can simply read it here in my browser. I have access to the text I need. Let's look at another example. So let's take a look at this recommended reading from the Washington Post. It has a link, so it seems like things are going to be fairly straightforward. But unfortunately, when I click the link, I see that I hit a paywall. And I'm not really interested in giving my email to the Washington Post. I'm not interested in buying a subscription to the Washington Post right now because I'm a poor graduate student. So how can I access this Washington Post article without paying? Once again, I'll go to lib.umich.edu, and I'm just going to take the title this time. So here's the title: Corporate America, Critical of Restrictive Voting Bills, Remains Largely Silent on Texas Abortion Ban. And maybe I'll take the periodical name as well. So include the Washington Post, copy that, paste it into the search bar. And now this time I check my upper right corner here, and I see that this time it says log out instead of log in. That means that the site remembers me and I am currently logged in, so I'm getting all the paid results that the library provides for students. So that's great, I don't need to do anything. And in this case, this is a Washington Post article, so rather than going to the catalog, I'm going to focus on the articles section. It looks like the first result is probably correct. And sure enough, that looks right. Todd Frankel is the author I'm looking for. So I'll click Go to Item. And now the library is going to send me to an external site, so I need to again click Go to Item. And finally here I've ended up at the Gale database, and here is the text of the article I was looking for. So I can read it through here. It looks like it has a highlighting feature if I want to highlight or annotate the article. And if I want to keep this article in a more permanent way, there is a download option here that I can use to get a PDF copy of the article. So that's the process you can go through to access readings that do not have a link or where the link has a paywall in front of it. I highly recommend you practice this rather than immediately emailing the GSI to ask about the readings. Go ahead and try to use the library site. It's good practice. It will be an invaluable skill in any other educational or research situation you find yourself in, and I hope that this helps you access these articles more easily.